WESWES y'all.
Alright, welcome everybody to another episode of Empty Out the Clip, the EOTC. I'm here with my brothers, Avi, Eric, Lady. What's up, brothers?
What's up, crew?
Is everybody ready for the Cyclone? Well, Gabrielle, what's up? Gabrielle should be here. I heard the mayor's been on everybody's ass all week. Like, watch out, get ready for the...
Is this because he fucked up the first time?
Oh, hell yeah, it's because he fucked up the last time. Yeah, that guy's gonna make up for his mistake, you know. And it's funny because I saw him on TV, like, beginning of this week, telling everybody, okay, remember to get all the supplies and remember to hunker down and, you know, their sandbags. Remember your sandbags? Bro, if anyone learned the lesson, you know that guy did, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck, it's starting to show where it's like going overboard now. I don't know whether to believe it or not now.
Oh, about the storm.
I mean, I know the storm's coming. We all know the storm's coming, but is it going to be the same magnitude as the last, the flood?
Well, they've been saying it's worse. Because the last one, they actually poured 250 millimeters of water. This one's going to be 300 plus millimeters of water.
Fuck.
So add another 100 on top of the 100 that that flood we had that time. Add another 100 mils to that.
Man, they'll definitely make it in the house this time around. Or that and then some. Fuck. Yeah, hold up.
But anyway, we'll just go around and do some shout-outs.
First of all, I'd like to make just a big shout out to everyone that came out to our training last night. I was taken by Miyamoto. I don't know if you know who Miyamoto is. She's I think I heard she's the number 2 world women's champion.
Peach boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing.
Yeah. She came and took the training last night, bruh. And I had the privilege to demo I had to hold her pads, bruh. It was she had no gloves, but it was you can tell when someone hits different, you know, bruh. She hit it was just jabs, like a 1-2, you know, and this sounds exaggerated, but man, it nearly went through my pads, bro. Like she's got power, and she knew what she was talking about too. Just the way that and it wasn't like okay, guys, you got to do 100 punches. You know, she went to each partner and told them, okay, this is how you should posture, move your hips, swing your hips more. Big shout out to Miyamoto. And to the Fit Club that came out, or everyone that came out yesterday, all the best for the future, and hopefully see more of you on TV.
Because that video you put up on our chat, that was her fighting, and she beat a dude.
Yeah, that was a guy.
Man.
What?
Yeah, that was a guy.
How's that for your ego?
Yeah, she but I think and it's also her upbringing and stuff too. Just rough life, you know.
Yeah.
But no, big shout out to Mia. Yeah, that was shout out to the Fit Club. Yeah.
Shout out, Eric. Any shout outs?
Yeah, I got a big shout out to my family. Just because we've been trying to pull ourselves together to get through the flood and that. But mainly a big, massive shout out to my mum. She's been taking it hard, and it's been a really horrible week for her, but she's still standing. So yeah, love you, Mum.
Oh shit.
Nice, bro. My shout outs to close family. Would you say bridal party family? So this one's my shout outs to a nephew, Mason Smales over in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. So he made his first PSA final, finished second. So he's same age as Kita. He's probably born the same year, but probably I think it's 6 months difference. But he's over there living in a house with I think a world ranked number 32 and top 10. So he's living the squash life, and his parents, they used to live in Auckland. Now they moved up north. So they've been supporting him financially, and like while he's been chasing his dream to be a Samoan and playing squash. And yeah, I love the fact that they've supported him because he's been a talent. His family ties it to the Henderson Squash Club, and like it's hard when I ask my wife like, oh, how's he doing? And you don't know. And then it wasn't until I seen a post he shared with the Henderson Squash Club, and Dame Susan Devoid said, "Oh, well done, keep going, mate." Like shows the talent that he has, and he's chasing that
shout
dream.
out.
So mad shout out to him. And the next one's to another toko to Kau Maka, Te Vita Tauha Kau, Victoria Maka, for blessing me with the new sao langus. Appreciate it, man. Like, yeah, I'm always gonna show love for the neighborhood, and especially for the brothers like walking the talk. Like I said, man, this was just a conversation that took place over drunk talk. And now I think this is one of 5 colors that he's dropped. So now, yeah, blessed, man, to flex, and yeah, always gonna flex for anyone who's willing to dress us up on the episodes. So yeah, mad shout out to our doko go shot docs.
Nice.
Sure, I just want to make a shout out to the staff at Stone Headstones up at Central Park Drive. So this morning I took Mum to go look for a headstone for my dad. Planned it for his unveiling the day he passed. So that's in July. So yeah, man, it was a good day, good service, like well spoken, and we just had all these things we had to sort out, and just got sorted out just right then and right there. So appreciate the service at Stone's Headstones in Central Park Drive.
Nice.
All right, boys. What's next on the agenda? It's social media, right? What's been
trending?
Well, what's been trending on social media? So when you're in the Falawila, like scrolling on your phones, what's been showing up and putting a smile on your face?
I don't know if it's been putting a smile on my face. I've been watching
Not talking about the tabs you do the pirate browsing. The other one.
So what's been popping up on my Instagram feed is a lot of that you heard of Blueface, the rapper, and he's got I forgot how to say her name, Christian or yeah. So it's a reality show of him and his missus or the girlfriend, and just some of the stuff that they do on there. It just feels scripted, like okay guys, cause all the much as drama as you want, it's unfiltered, it's raw, it seems filtered, like you just need to watch it, You just need to watch it, man. There's a part where not, it didn't excite me or anything, but when she was like licking his toes, like this is on the TV, this is like on the video, and then he was saying, how like someone like, how bad do you love me, go deeper, and I'm like thinking, what the, I mean, besides that, it's it's Blueface, and I forgot how to say her name, bruh. Oh my gosh. And obviously there's dramas with the family trying to step in. Yeah.
So is this like a reality TV?
Yeah, it's
on social media.
They got it's like the Kardashians. They got their own like reality TV show, man. Yeah, but that's what I've been watching. I mean, this one's been popping up on my social media.
I'll just come to you. Let's. What's we? What are we looking at?
On my socials, should have been the Cut Game Barbershop podcast. Yeah, shucks, because I've had all this free time on my hands. So I'll start from the beginning actually. So I had so I've been on annual leave since last week Friday, and then I thought to myself I wanna probably pull up the carpet on my entrance and lay it down on some recycled floorboards So my mother-in-law redone her kitchen. She gave us the floorboards. So I thought I was the man, like, you know, got all this time in my hands. So I pulled the carpet up, and then I started putting down all the foam carpet that you put down before you put the wood boards on.
Yeah.
Probably got 3/4 of the way, and then I noticed, man, my back's pretty sore.
Oh.
Then I went and had a seat, man. And ever since then, I've just been guided woolly, man. No.
Holiday mode.
Yeah, holiday, man. Like, this is how bad it was. It was like not even Madonna, and the speakers was getting me out of my funk. So I just tuned on YouTube, and because you know you've been watching all the docos about the gang.
Yeah. Oh,
elections.
yeah.
So I shared that one on the page, and then I ended up looking at like, oh man, like because I was in a pretty bad frame of mind. Like in my head, I was like, fuck, I've got 3/4 of the way, and I haven't finished it, but I got 4 more days before I go back to work, and it's not done, you know. So I jumped on and started watching the Cut Game Barbershop, and it was just podcasts of like recordings of all the barbers back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And one came up and it was of Fatu. He runs Cornerstone Barbershop, and Nate the barber from Faded, and he works out of home as well. And these two respected West Auckland barbers that you got mad love for. So I started listening to their podcast, and it's just amazing in their podcast. They just shared everything about the origins of New Zealand urban barbering. Because these guys started here. Like Nate was in Mangere, came out west, met up with Futs, and then they both worked for the mentor that I worked under, and then now they're over in Oz. Nate, he lines up all the guys from Penrith. So every time you see Crichton and all those guys, they all go to Nate. And like, then Futs is like, he's opened up doors with like heaps of like franchises that he's opened over the years since he's been in Oz. Now he's in education, so he works as a TAFE instructor. So that's the story. But it was just nice to like reflect and like, you know. And then they pretty much got me out of my
funk.
Because in my head I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cut this Saturday. So I just jumped on YouTube. Like in my head I was like thinking, why didn't I just look on YouTube like how to fix the lower back? You know, so I just laid down. Yeah, man, did some stretches, got out of my funk, and like looking forward to jumping back on here. So now I haven't really been surfing. I mean, I've been trying to figure out how to use Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I just try and do. Yeah, we did the pod with Dion on Monday, and I seen Cam's tagging me in the story, so I never knew how you share that.
Oh.
So once I figured out how to share it, I ended up sharing it twice. I didn't know how to delete it because I still didn't know how to use it. Not apart from trying to figure out how to use Instagram, nothing much.
Oh, true.
But geez,
Because of the flood, me and Joe had this conversation in the car. I think we were on our way to Storage King, and we were thinking, man, if this happens again and it gets worse, what would be the best way, to survive it? Or, if it gets really, really bad to the point where you actually have to, take shelter and leave your home and get your family bunkered somewhere, especially from a flood and a cyclone. Because I think that's what's going to happen. Well, if it's going to happen, and we were talking about it earlier. So on my social media, because I just happened to type it up, how to survive in a cyclone, or there's all different tornadoes, hurricanes, and that's what I've been watching a lot of lately. And my theory was to go to a car park or some kind of like a massive car, like the one at Westgate, where it's open, where you can escape if it, in the off chance that it collapses on you. So if you collapse, if it's going to crumble on you, at least you can see where you can exit from and get the hell out. Or it should be steady enough to handle, wind. But the only problem is, we were thinking about it, we were just going throwing out scenarios out in the air. And I go, man, but there's a big problem. I go, where's that? Because on the other side of the mall, it's right next to the creek. It was back there, in front of Kmart. What if that fills up? And we're just throwing out scenarios. So I've just been watching a lot of stuff like that on YouTube lately.
Man, I forgot there's a stream that runs underneath their bridge, eh?
Yeah, my brother's
surrounded by them, man.
Yeah, my brother's like real paranoid about streams and that now. He like shit, man, we might as well go live up in Massey. But they got landslides going on up there.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, you can't go anywhere, bro. But yeah, it's funny when we talk about it now, but when it happens, it's not funny. But it's good to throw those kind of scenarios out.
When you were going to Storage King, did you find one that's up high?
Yeah, we ended up at Avondale because Avondale Storage King.
I know where that one is. That's a bit low, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're the only one that's got the smallest ones out west. And I was thinking that we wouldn't need a big storage area, but we
No,
ended up
that's what
needing a big
I'm
one.
saying. Like it's in a low area, so if it gets flooded, even the storage is gonna get flooded.
Man, I don't think so
I
because
think it's high enough, hey? It's high
yeah,
enough.
when you see that
yeah.
and then you see the motorway,
They catch it around the back, yeah.
yeah, you know where the
wouldn't
motorway
be
was
high.
and right next to
Yeah.
Point Chef and that.
Even at
Yeah.
high tide, their bay is not anywhere
Yeah.
near trying to hit like
A flood will reach
Yeah.
it or anything.
Because I remember
10 meters.
this is probably a memory lane, but I remember when I used to go. I remember one ride that I had when I was young. Fuck, it was back in I don't know when, but I knew I was young. We were driving across the road, and we were driving on the motorway, going from Te Aratu, and we're going across to get to Point Chef. Because we were going to Ponsonby to go, I think, to the doctors at that time. But at that time, it was high tide, and the water was on the motorway at that
Motorway,
time.
yeah.
Because the motorway back in those days, it was a lot lower than what it is now. And like seeing the footage of what happened during the flood, the fucking water was right up on the top there.
Yeah.
It smashed that motorway. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, the water would have been way lower, eh? Or like the road was way lower, the water would have been way higher.
Higher, yeah.
Close to 20 meters high.
Because I just remember looking out, and then all I saw was ocean from here to where. Because I remember, oh, that's where we go swimming.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. I think I was 6 or 7. But yeah, that's all I've been watching on my social media. It's fucked up.
Sure, man. So our first topic, if I look on the Empty Out the Clip Facebook group page. So those of you who wanna jump on the Empty Out the Clip Facebook group page, it's there. Just jump in, answer the 3 questions. The security will let you in, and you can post up whatever you want. Your 20 cents, whatever, 5 cents, and you might get a shout out on the podcast. But so first of all, to address what's happening in Auckland City. So the storm is supposed to be here tonight. Or the storm, there's a cyclone on its way here, Cyclone Gabrielle, and it's due to hit top of the North Island tonight, and it's due to come down here to Auckland about the same day, later on that day, and it's supposed to be worse than what we had with the floods 2 weeks ago. So when we had the flood, it produced 250 mils of water. This one's predicted to give us 300 plus mils of water. So, and it's a cyclone, so we're not only dealing with hard out rain, we're dealing with strong winds too. So, have you guys been preparing and after the debacle with the Auckland City Council and the mayor last time, what are you guys' thoughts on that whole thing?
Okay, yeah. So I have been preparing. I've got so it's safe to say I got supplies. It should be okay for the next couple of days. But it's just hopefully everyone that was affected with the floods. Hopefully everyone that have prepared and just got things for them and their families to be safe in that. But when I first heard about it, like there's always the question, like, but where was the warning? Like, where was this when the floods hit that Friday afternoon? I would say, like, I think whoever does our weather and that, like, or the civil defense, they should be on alert all the time for things like this that do happen. Because there was nothing like that on that Friday, just to alert people. But it's good that they've done it this time. And and then I saw the thing on the TV with the coloring of the the cyclone that's coming and that. Just make sure everyone grateful that everyone should be safe and just ready for it to happen, you know.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I was like, because when the actual flood hit on the Friday, I had already started digging trenches. So all I've done is just make sure, like, I know that my garage, I had a bit of water overflowing in from the last flooding that we had, and there was just me sitting in the garage chucking powder of cement at little spots that water was coming through. But I've actually, gone as far as like putting a little plastic ridge on the door so the water can just deflect. It's not going to actually sit on the top of the bricks. So that's all I've done really, and just make sure the driveway's clear so when it does pour, it's got somewhere to drain off. But I'd like to make a shout out to my doggo Tino. It's funny, man, because it was only like last year or the year before, like we cut that gutter out, and it was just like, man, that saved the garage, you know. And I hadn't actually said, oh, thanks for, you know, hadn't caught up with him. But I picked up some barber's seats, some waiting chairs, and he happened to live on the same street, so we actually caught up. So I've been keen to get him on the pod, talk about all the stuff that they've had to deal with, because he deals with Downer and he does all the concrete. So like the mass cleanup that he's been trying to deal with all along Tamaki Drive from Bastion's Point.
Man, yeah.
That's been his crew. So he's got a big crew.
True,
And, it's just crazy, man. Him getting all this abuse from people like, when are you gonna open the roads? He was like, can you relax, lady? Like, can you see we've already got 30 guys out here? Relax. Like, you know, you don't want the same things to happen all over again. So yeah, be very weird to see like what happens if this rain does flood like the way the Friday flood did. Because man, it'll be like another cleanup, you know.
Fuck. You know, when Cameron just said that about the, you know, the rain and it's going to be probably more, I'm just thinking, fuck, because the last flood, the water made it into the house. If it's going to be more, then it's definitely going to be up the walls. Because at the moment, we're the only family on that side of our street that are actually staying in our house, where the others have either vacated or just come back every now and again and try and fix their fences or get rid of the rubbish. Because we got a community bin, so it's come from the council, I think it is. They've been waste bin over, so we're thankful for that because we've been chucking out heaps and heaps of rubbish.
Are you finding all that stuff? The council doing help with the cleanup? Because I see some families with their stuff outside their house.
Yeah.
And some cones around it. So
Yeah.
maybe the trucks know what to pick up and throw away.
Yeah, because basically all the houses that were behind us, and some of them they share the same lane as us. All of their stuff is out in the front. Only the stuff they can actually try and fix. So in a way, it's good because our street is not too bad. It was cluttered probably a day after the floods. It was probably even worse after 3 days after the floods. People were just checking shit out. Some people didn't even bother. They just grabbed what they could and then took off. Our next door neighbours did that. They haven't been back to the house since. I've seen another house, a real mean house on the same lane as us. There's their family. I saw them 2 days after the flood and they just took off. So they're not coming back. So there's been a lot of people just, I'm not coming back to this shit. I'm out. Most of the people on the street are tapped out. They're like, it's over. But in preparation for this one that's coming up, I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll probably know more by tonight. I mean, try and figure things out tonight or tomorrow. I think it'll be too late by then. But because my mum's real paranoid about it, because the last one really shook her to the bone, especially my brother. It shocked them both to the bone because it was really fast. So they've taken their chances. They've already got bins in that ready. So they've got food, water. They've already got their clothes and that's it. My only problem is because my daughter's not with me. She's with her mum. So I'm hoping they're all right because I'm really keen to go over there and hang out with them for the next 3 days. I haven't told them yet, but I'm going to picture it after this podcast and see how it goes from there. But yeah, I'm really semi on the whole cyclone thing that's coming around.
Yeah, I think we were talking outside. He's about people taking advantage of the situation. He was telling me that that there were some of the houses got raided. You know, people left their houses. You know, obviously to get to safer place. You know, for them and their families, and then they come back, and then some of their stuff's missing. You know, oh man.
Yeah, because because I don't know. I would say I'm a paranoid type of person. Like if I see something that's kind of out of place, I tend to look at it, and I can't. It bugs me the wrong way. And we were driving down our street, and we saw these two guys. I saw one guy on a bike, just on the kid's bike, and they were just strolling around our street. They're like, oh, hey, should we come to this house tonight? Okay. And I was like, I don't know what they were saying, but that's what it looked like. It's like, oh yeah, we'll come here after when the lights go down and raid this house. And on that same night, a couple of houses got done over. It sucked.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. But in this world that we live in, there are people that are like that, and that.
Yeah, my mum and dad couldn't believe it, because I was telling my dad the whole time. And my brother was trying to convince him, leave the lights on in the house because we're the only ones on the street. But he didn't. He's not too concerned about it. But now that he's heard our next door neighbours tell the story, and even our neighbour right next to us, like, hey, can you look after my kid's bike? My son's bike's been stolen, so I was like, oh shit, sucks.
Speaking of raids, there was a thing on the news last week about two women that just walked into a countdown, filled up the trolley, and just walked out with the trolley.
Yeah.
And then there was a little altercation at the front of one of the shop attendants, and the security didn't do anything. Oh, was the security didn't do anything, or the shopkeeper tried to stop them? And then, but there's a video on the Herald, and the video shows what's happening, and the woman said, "You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to touch us. You're not allowed to touch us."
To any of the supermarkets, man, anyone in retail or in the game of in a shop, all you need to do when people come and do that is put it on your best and your loudest Indian voice. They will stop. Hey, that's what that guy was doing there. Just yelling, "Put it back!" But yeah, it's funny how all of a sudden it's like, "You're not allowed to do that."
Yeah,
put it back.
It's like they know, they know what to say.
They know who to pick on. The thieves know who to pick
That's
on.
exactly what I was saying about the shopkeeper.
Yeah,
9 times out of 10 is an Indian. Fuck, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Indian. Hey, if it was a Tongan or someone, we better go get my wallet.
This is the problem, because I was telling my boss, every time we hide someone for the graveyard, besides me, it'll be, I'm not trying to be sad, but it'll be another Indian guy or a female. Come on, bro. I was like, bro, you can't hire a female or an Indian guy. He goes, what's that? Have you been out west after dark?
Yeah, bro.
If you're an Indian guy out west after dark, bro, you're gonna get done over.
You're a victim. He's the victim.
Yeah,
that's it. That's plain and simple. The way society thinks, especially out west, man, after dark, after you've had a few beers, everyone's fucking confident.
Yeah,
everyone's like, yeah, I got this guy. I got this guy. He already started to scope out what are you gonna take me when he's walking to the petrol station, and even if he can get in the door. And there's a lady, what's she gonna do?
Yeah,
she ain't gonna do shit. That's the way society thinks, man.
Yeah, it's true. And because I haven't been back to work since the floods, and I'm sure some of my regulars are probably having their fun with these whoever's taking over my shifts.
Yeah,
because fuck, man, they'll go hard. If they don't see me there, man, they'll go hard.
The way the Indian was trying to stop those two women from taking the shopping reminded me of that time when that murder happened there, when that shopkeeper ran after that robber and got killed for it. Is this the way we have to do it now? And just think about the insurance this place has. If you got insurance, then don't worry about it. But that gives the incentive for the people to rob the place.
Yeah.
Don't worry, these guys got insurance. We just walk out and they can't touch us because that's part of the law.
Because I remember Litty saying something on the podcast about experience, knowing who to approach and who not to.
Yeah.
And because I've learned that throughout, through my years of being, working with BP and that. It's the same sort of thing. You know who to approach because there's some people that you don't. Like there's some people I wouldn't approach. I might get stabbed. You never know. They could just pop out and just poke you a couple of times and you're gone.
Yeah.
And there's some people you just know you got the upper hand and you know you can bend them over your wall. And when you have to go handy.
Because I'm sure, like, if you're employed at the supermarket, right, and they say, oh, look, if you see someone who's got a meat pack, do not approach them, mate. Just make it obvious to, like, staff around or security, hey, they've got something in there underneath their jacket or whatever. It's not your job, eh? Like, it's not your job to go, you know what? I want to get that. I want to go get that pack of mints from that lady and put it back in the refrigerator. And, you know, and they're gonna say thanks.
And they're gonna get a pay rise.
They're gonna say, I would like to acknowledge that I've just saved someone from saved $20 worth of mints. And now that lady's got her pockets. Bastard, nah.
Yeah, but I've noticed that, you know, the deal with like now in my older age, because I'm not as high strong as I used to be. I notice there's better ways of approaching it. Like if if you're really cool about it, they usually, oh nah, bro, oh yeah, I got a pack, and you know they usually give it back to you if you approach them, you know, like in a, not like real baby like, but enough that it doesn't offend them.
Yeah. I mean, because like a lot of cameras, do they have, when they record, do they have audio?
Nah.
See, that's a beautiful thing, man. You could almost say like, really? Come on, man. Every bloody week you do this.
Fucking
like,
poor bastard.
Come on, man, I'm hungry. Like, and then if they were to slip out like, oh man, my daughter hasn't eaten, be like, fuck. Okay, take a couple more pies, but what you're going to do is you're going to throw something at me. I want to cover my face, get disorientated, look up, and you're gone. If you ain't here when I get up, fuck, you're going to get home. Like, you know, you can make it as simple as that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the way you approach them, mate. But, you know, with the likes of, like guys I'm not trying to be sad or racist, but the Indian guys, bro, they straight out, they act like an officer. And it just pisses some people the wrong way.
Yeah.
And they just get so mad. They get back. Yeah, exactly. What they gonna do after someone tells them that? They're just gonna turn around.
We are gathered here to celebrate the life. I mean, yeah, it's funny, but fuck, that's reality, man. Like 9 times out of 10, if you see as an Inkia, you're gonna back yourself. You ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah,
that's not sugarcoating it. That's just being straight up.
Yeah.
It's funny how
Filipino, you do this like, whoa, I now back myself a good 7 out of 10. This dude will probably chase me as far as the door and he'll be like, fucking basket.
Because some guys, they usually come by and they have a look and they go, you know, they just drive by slow and they go, if they see it's me, I go, you know, I just like, hey, and then they just carry on driving. But if they see it's like somebody else,
yeah. Oh, bro, that's like on the doors too, man. Like, you know, you get that one guy, he's not there but to do anything but just trying to rob someone. Like, you can just tell, bro. Like, he's not there to have a drink and not trying to buy drinks, pick girls up. He's just there to steal someone's phone or steal someone's wallet. And then, like, he might do the double take at you, where you look at you and you're good? Yeah, you can come in? If you give him the invite, and then he sees the other dom and he's going to be like, oh, yeah, nah, I'm good. Nah, bro, I'm all good. You know, and then you carry on walking, bro. Like, you just know, eh? You get that, you get that thing for it, eh? That's that feel for it.
It's funny how they the worker tipped the trolley over, like that was gonna help or anything.
How they she spent all that effort trying to pack it, and then she tries to freaking make it as if it fell on her.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
But that is a good thing, because, you know, like, obviously they had a full trolley or whatever, you know. And the workers can't touch them, eh? You know, they gotta get, is it the police or someone into?
It's all about safety. Their safety.
Yeah, their safety.
Yeah.
But you know, say she had a receipt, right? Say she had a receipt, and she just went and picked everything that was on their receipt. She would have strong grounds to say, "Look, here's the receipt.
Yeah.
Why are you holding me against my will?" Like, hey, here's the receipt. Even though she hadn't have scanned it and paid for it, but if she had a receipt, that's hard to argue if a cop was to show up.
You'd have to ask someone straight away outside for their receipt. Right?
Yeah. Well,
To
you
do
know,
that,
like,
eh?
I think when you walk through some stores now, like if you go to Costco, they want to see the receipt. You know, that doesn't matter. Like, they just want to see it. Like they won't let you walk past them. They're like, "Oh, can I see the receipt?"
Oh,
And they want to have a good look at what you've bought. And they go, "I see it is."
Yeah, that's like because I've been to Bunnings and Mitre 10 a lot this week.
Yeah,
And they have somebody in the front.
yeah.
Like you buy your stuff, right? And then you go out and then they'll just check it.
So you can actually wait, like pretend you're looking at stuff near the self checkout, and if someone doesn't grab their receipt, just go grab it and then use that.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's the loophole. Like they teach that at security school. If you were to go pick two trolleys, and just pay for one, you can walk out of both. If you let the first trolley go, you'd have the second one because it's exactly the same. The time would be the same. They could check it, like as long as you put it on 2 different cars, well, they got no proof. Wow. Like that's the hard evidence that you got. Like that's like you're saying, if you picked up someone's receipt and they just bought like these $50 pizzas and you grab a $5 pizza, you could quickly run back in, grab one, and they're like, "Excuse me," like before they stop you, you didn't have to scan it. Excuse me, you haven't paid for that. You fucking got the receipt. Get back, motherfucker. You're welcome, listeners.
They just learned something.
Since we're talking about crime, like I saw in the paper, Police 107 got officially cancelled. I was wanting to get you guys' thoughts on that because this whole thing started with Professor Collins calling out the show to be a bit racist. There's a lot of people showing them. A lot of people on Police 107 doing crimes are brown people, And I just want to get you guys' take on that whole thing.
My take on it is, because I used to watch it as a kid growing up, and it used to be called Crime Watch. Yeah, it used to be called Crime Watch. I think through the years and watching it, like I never took it as serious as official took it. I just thought of it as a laugh. I just thought, but at the same time, there were the serious topics of obviously the rapists that that are out there and that. But it was just funny. Did you notice every like some of the snippets they put up were of like it was like sort of funny. It had some humor in whatever they put up on the TV. It was never like some of the stuff they put up was humorous. But it was never like a serious. Like a bust or whatever.
And that was the difference, between Crime Watch and Police 107, because it was all those drunken ones, Like really, it's sort of like, why are you doing this for? Entertainment?
Yeah.
Like it's not like a serious, like no one hates this dude. He's just been drunk and it's just funny.
Yeah.
But if you remember Crime Watch, real crimes.
Yeah.
Like people getting beaten up on the street, people getting raped, women getting raped, people robbing, those kind of serious crimes, Like people getting hurt, people getting their stuff stolen. That was Crime Watch.
Police 107 almost used it like a, all right, we'll play the drunken incident. Well, they played the drunken incident, the cop pulls over, and then the narrator sort of says, all right, Cameron and Navi just doing a routine police check. Now, the driver of the vehicle has been seen, driving off from the pump, and now he's using, like the cops, you obviously know him. It's Lerty and Eric in the driver's seat. You know who's who. Like, oh yeah, these guys are on the cameras all the time. But then it's just how they always record it, and the thing escalates. There's 2 sides of it. There's the side that they get. Oh yeah, there's the routine check. Everything's all good, fun and dandy. But Eric's got a warrant for his arrest, and Letty hasn't paid for the gas at like 18 different petrol stations.
Yeah.
So which one are they gonna put us on first? It's the fact that they go and do the whole fucking breakdown of what a police officer has to do, and it paints them out to be like, oh, they're just doing their job. But 9 times out of 10 is like Eric and Feletti's not Balingi names. It ain't gonna be a Croatian name. It's fucking 2 islanders.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat, we look like shit. Like, it's 2 islanders. They beat one guy's got a warrant. The other guy hasn't paid for gas for however many months. And there's a routine check. It just happens to be a routine check. Like, fucking, it's the biggest stitch up ever. It's like, this is not gonna end well.
Yeah.
This is not gonna end well. And then make it even worse. Fuck, they're gonna ring for backup. Fuck, because I always got gout. Cameron just fucking doesn't have his pistol loaded. Fucking ring for backup. It's how they paint Batman. That's why that show fucking should have got canned ages ago. Because if it was 2 Palangi cops, right? If you were Palangi, like skinny, like 78 kgs max, me and Eric jump out of the car. Fucking Eric's gonna fold both of them by himself. I would be like, jump in. But they don't do that, man. You never see that on Police 7. They give them the full fine, or they're trying to do this. Oh, we're not harnessed. If you pay it before this date, you won't have to pay, but you still have to show up to court on Monday. Fuck. What's worse, man? Like the fine or the actual, like, the fact that it's almost like racial profiling all the time. So
Well,
you never hear a good story.
It's not like it's helping, you know. It's like showing drunk people getting arrested, you know. What? No one wants to. That's not gonna solve anything, man. That's just showing part of society that's not even. It's not like they're hurting anyone.
It's not a real crime.
It's not. Yeah, not real
crime.
Yeah,
they
not
never.
real crime.
It's like never
That's
something.
why I never watched it.
Unless they show like the
I mean, nah, come on. We watched it for a good laugh. That's why we watched it.
That's why.
That's what it
I
is.
thought
It's
it- I thought
entertaining.
it
It's
was
not
entertaining.
informative, eh? Like,
Yeah, it's not
hey,
like
you know, you
you're
better
doing-
lock your doors. Fucking, there's a rapist
Yeah,
out. You're fucking
it
proud.
wasn't like that.
Sniffing undies and fucking like he got handprints on the glass. There's none of that shit.
No, none of
It's just
that.
straight like this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these just finished drinking at the pub. They're gonna go drive home. They're gonna see if they're gonna rip off another petrol station. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. It was just breaking. It was mostly breaking rules rather than breaking laws.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like, and too many of it is our people. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like honestly, Crime Watch, brilliant show because it's real crimes, and that was the difference between Police 7 and Crime Watch. And you know what? If Crime Watch showed more brown faces, but these are real crimes. If it's brown people, a lot of them, well, that's just what it is. You know.
Yeah.
If it was Police 7 doing all this shit, little petty stuff,
Yeah.
like there's all our people, hey man, come on man. I'm sure some Palangis doing those petty shit too.
Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
But the good thing about when they did Crime Watch, it was like, say, like the floods happened last week. This episode's gonna be on Stitcher tomorrow. It was like that relevant, not like the shit they showed now. Like there were 2 baboons and they showed up and they ripped off a liquor store in Mangere Town Centre.
Yeah.
2 accomplices walked in. Fucking, they're paying it for fucking like last month or 2 months ago. Like
Yeah.
how
True that. Yeah.
shucks. It's almost like, yeah, the news will travel. People already know about the robbery, whatever, but they want answers. But it's like, that's why it's like the show's not valid. Like, it's like, bro,
Yeah.
that's from like 2 months ago. Like, people will already come forward, man. Like, are they trying to say they have data that shows like, oh, when they edit 2 months later, oh, someone remembers. Like, really? Like, not even. Like, no one's gonna come forward after 2 months.
Yeah, I remember watching them, but I never paid attention because I found it annoying because it was the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I stopped watching it like early, very early. But when I heard the news about it getting cancelled because of so and so, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised at all.
Yeah. Because I read the thing in the paper and I agree with what they said. Another reason why they put it out, reason why they cancelled it is because the way people watching TV now, no one's watching TV anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's on demand, Netflix or TVNZ Plus, or like if you remember when Crime Watch came on, that was the only thing. Like there's only 3 channels on TV. There was no internet back then. It was just Crime
it used
Watch.
to be on a Thursday.
It used to
eh?
be on the Thursday, and if you got nothing else to watch, you just watch that. Everyone watched the same things: Channel 1, Channel 2, Channel 3. And if Crime Watch came on, just watch that, and we'll try and solve these crimes because these are real crimes. These are people getting robbed, people getting killed, people getting raped, women getting raped. And those are real crimes, and they worked because
Yeah.
But that didn't matter. It didn't matter about race then, because it's
No.
humans doing crimes.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it was, you get your odd Caucasian, so Caucasian, they call it. That's the first time I heard the word Caucasian.
Yeah, same.
I was like, what kind of fruit is that?
Yeah, I was like, what kind of person is
That
that?
was the first time I ever heard the word Caucasian was on Crime Watch. They have them now and then, but at least you knew you were trying to help solve the crime, actual crime. Not some drunk dude trying to get in the car, having a drink up overnight and, doesn't go to sleep and gets arrested because he never went to sleep.
I just remember after every and Sione woke up the next morning. He went to court on Monday, and that was the narrative. He slept it off. You know,
Yeah, no, what's the end of that?
and
Eh?
it was you know,
Stupid.
bro.
But you know what? I did notice like the comparison of the Police 7 Crime Watch in like other shows like Fair Go and like Target. It's like when it came to Fair Go and Target, yeah, it was all the Caucasian,
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
Asians, Indians. But when it came to Crime Watch and Police
all
7, the Maoris, the Islanders,
Islanders.
Or the brownies, man. True that.
So it was like, if they took Target off, I was like, finally they had enough balls to take Police 7 off, eh? Or was it Aotearoa off? Shucks. Long
Except for because what about Target? The clean ones, the clean ones,
The what?
the clean the undies ones.
Sniff the undies ones, the cleaning.
There's a fact, eh? There's a fact to that, man. Because, you know, can you imagine an island guy trying to sniff undies, man? Bro, he would go to hell.
Yeah.
And he would be getting a church like, I'm sorry, I was like on the thing, sniff the undies.
Wasn't the person Indian?
Nah,
Yeah.
the Indian part, like,
Yeah.
Oh,
in Chinese, those were the only tradies. Come on,
Oh,
man.
true.
Those were the tradies you mix with the
Those are
islanders
the-
doing manual labor and stuff like that.
Especially Fair Go, man. There's a white collar kind of crime.
yeah.
It's like, still waiting on a job. She's been waiting for the job to get pulled for the last 2 months. She already paid her $8,000.
Did you see that? Did you see the episode? I think it's on either. I don't know if it's one of those Target or Fair Go, where the neighbor like she got caught like digging underneath. I mean, like the fence was here, but she was like I think throwing. Oh, she was putting her dog shit in the next neighbor's house. Did you see that?
On Fair Go.
I think it's Fair Go or Target, one of them, or was it Neighbors at War? One of them. Like they were putting like.
That is from how did Target.
I know.
Wasn't it?
Nah,
I love their programs. That was pretty good, eh?
she was putting her own dog, like her own dog shit, putting it because the neighbor had a dog too, like, and she was like underneath the neighbor's fence and putting it on her side. I'm like, see, they're Caucasians, man. Like, what? Fuck you. You ain't never see an Islander doing that shit, bro.
Yeah, man. I shared on one of my Facebook posts a while back. The Balangi neighbor was putting his grass clippings around the back of my
Oh,
section.
hey.
Eh?
Oh.
Oh,
And like,
true.
man, he's lucky I didn't break him in half in front of his family. Yeah, but you know what? The bigger man said, "I'll just give you till tomorrow. I'll give you till tomorrow before I give you the bill." Okay. Fuck, he does that.
Man, if that was my dad, he'll straight away hit him with the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Like, no, Dad, no. Donk.
Remember, love thy neighbor. To
What
a
was that
certain point. Hey,
What was that one?
No, that's in the Bible. Like
Oh,
love
yeah.
until like a certain point. Hey, guys. Hey.
Fuck.
Okay, I posted up this post on our group page. It was about Sonny B. Williams. So he retweeted and commented on a tweet about a gay or
Transgender or somebody. Eh?
I think she's lesbian. Yeah, she's a lesbian, and she gave thanks to because when she was 12 years old, she was told to get a sex change
Oh yeah.
because she was like a tomboy, and she was playing with guys, and she was a tomboy, and she really thought that she was a boy, and she was trying to, and the doctors and all that were trying to get her to have a sex change. She was only 12, but she gave thanks because she's older. She didn't.
She didn't,
She didn't go through it. She was older, but she gave thanks that, because it was just a phase.
Yeah.
Like she's happy that she never went through the sex change because when she got older, she's alright. I mean, she's not. I think she's lesbian or I don't know, but she's just glad, happy that she never got that sex change. But that speaks to how what's happening around the world with even doctors like diagnosing kids that age to, if you have trouble with your identity, you should get a sex change. Like at a real young age, man.
Fuck?
So anyway, she posted that up and to say that she's happy that she didn't go through with it. And Sonny B. Williams, he retweeted it and said, "Shot, like he approved." And now Sonny B. Williams getting attacked for being a transphobe. Like he hates transgenders, he hates that community and all that stuff. And he deleted his tweet after that. So you guys got any takes on that?
Yeah, my thoughts on that is that good on the girl, like, for not giving into the peer pressure of, like, the doctors and I guess the people around her, at that young age, because just imagine if she did, she would regret it, like, like she probably was going through a phase, and it was I think good on Sonny Bill for sharing his thoughts and supporting it, yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm the same as Avi. Yeah, I feel the same. But with him being, like, with the backlash that Sonny Bill's been getting, I don't. It's crazy. No matter what you do, you upset somebody, especially today.
Especially with that topic, yeah.
Yeah, everybody gets. There's too many fragile people out there. I mean, not fragile, but like really brittle.
Because a lot of the hate that he's been getting after that was that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, how do you know? That sort of thing. And plus, you're a celebrity, you're a big star. You shouldn't be saying that stuff because everyone sees what you say. And if kids, want to be transgenders and they see that, then you're stopping them from doing what they want to do, blah, 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 that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and he probably didn't see it like that. He probably thought, he was probably approaching it from the girl's decision of not doing it, just seeing it as a phase. Because kids these days, they do go through their phases. And I've seen that too. With, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I think kids go through those kind of things, but man, 12 years old is too young to...
Way too young.
To go in the extreme of changing your sex. Like, I know science now, these days you can. Like, today's medical science, you can change your sex now.
Yeah.
But, come on, man, like, 12 years old, man, that's young, man.
Yeah, even that, a kid doesn't know what they want yet. Come on. They don't know what they really, really want at that age.
And I think labeling him a transphobe after that, I think that's extreme too. Because, man, I bet you Sonny Bill's just thinking about his kids. Like,
yeah.
Like, would you really want to go to that extreme? Like, think of it. Like, if you're a guy and you're going to cut off your dick when you're 12, fuck, man. How do you even know that's what you want to do?
Yeah. You don't even know if that's what you really, really want to do. Yeah, Mom and Dad, I want to be a girl. and then next week, I don't want to be a girl now, but it's too late. You already chopped your...
And you had an operation.
Yeah, but you see, I think that's what's happening now. Like, if your kids... Say if you have a kid, right, and your kid comes up to you, Dad, I think if your daughter comes up to you, say, Dad, I think I'm too much of a tomboy. I think I should be a guy. And then, okay, let's go to the doctors. We'll see what they say. And then doctors say, we'll go through the process of, Yeah. At that young age, like, that's like... And then if you don't actually do it, you're going to get attacked for, hey, man, because all the LGBT and all that kind of stuff. They'll come back at you and say, you shouldn't be doing that.
Your daughter.
You're stopping, that's... I don't know, man. It's 12 years old. To me, it's too young, man.
And the fucked up thing with that is, who are they to tell you what to do with your daughter? Like, back up. Go handle your own shit. It's fucking... Man, that's a hairy subject, bro.
Yeah, I think it's too young, too naive
to decide.
Like, yeah, because something like that. That's like a life-changing moment.
Yeah, bro.
That's like one of those. Yeah, that's like pulling the bullet, taking someone's life, but not being able to retract. Like, that's done forever. You can't bring it back. Can't put the bullet back in the chamber.
Because there's like certain things where me and my daughter, sometimes we talk about it, and there's certain things that she thinks that she needs, and then I really sit down. Okay, imagine it that you got it in your hands, or whatever that you really, really want, and how would you feel? And she goes, I feel happy. We actually discuss about it, and then prolong that, and he goes, nah, I don't want that now. You give them enough time, they end up making up their minds themselves. And there's some reason to that.
But I think that's the argument, and I think there's been some research around that kind of stuff too. Like, if you just leave it, alone. By the time they're
Yeah.
18, 19, they actually
Sort itself.
sort
Yeah.
itself out, you know.
Yeah. They end up, yeah.
Because there has been cases when young kids have gone through it
Yeah.
because their parents are like, oh, they're just going with the narrative of the world, like that kind of, stuff. And then they, like, some of them end up committing suicide at the end because they've like changed their mind.
Yeah, and it's like major extreme change, man. You know, like if I had a child, and they came up to me, and they said, well, they went the opposite way, and they said, "Oh, Dad, I wanna, like for that girls, I wanna become a boy." I'd like, okay, just give it some time. You're only 12 years old. Give it some time, and then let it, give it a couple of years, and then, I'll put it into dance classes and that, into girl stuff, and then, and play netball, and when you're
girl, not a boy.
and when you're 18, oh nah, Dad, I'm grateful, we didn't do it, yeah.
But it's, well, you know what, you know what I don't agree with. You know what I don't really agree with. Okay, fine, that's Sonny Boon's opinion, right? But I don't get the attacks on him, like saying it's not about us hating the transgenders. Hey, it's not about that. It's just about, hey man, I've got concerns with my daughter or my son at that age, thinking those things.
But it shows how bloody sensitive Twitter's become now.
Yeah,
super
social media,
sensitive.
man.
That's the word I was looking for, sensitive.
It's like, sad, like, but everyone would, like, from a human perspective, was like, for Sonny Bill to like something, retweet it, shows like, man, everyone should be accepted in this life, however they are, shapes, form, size, whatever, gender.
But the 0 to 100, hey, the 0 to 100, like, oh, okay, you don't want that, okay, you're a hater, you're a transphobe, man. Hey, I did not say that. I just concerned about these kids, man.
Yeah, they're just using because he's Sonny Bill and to attack him in that way.
Hold up, man. Sad buzz.
So you posted up little documentary.
What's the guy's name? Peter.
Gangs in LA.
What's the Peter guy's name? Peter said something.
Peter Santinello. Peter Santinello.
Peter Santinello goes around and like he's like a blogger, but he's also like he does a lot of film, and it's amazing how much respect this guy has from a lot of different like cultures, even like hoods. So the one I posted was about a guy who'd done a 24-year lag for murder, and
this is in LA.
In Compton, yeah. So in California, so he got first hand escorted all the way through the hood from a handful of guys that they run the movement called the Faux movement. It's like Fa'atasing, I think, or Usos, which means like unity of brothers. And he's they pretty much took him all the way into the hood, man. Like legit. Like, if you're, like, for example, if we break up Ranui and we say Swanson Road, Aradella, Amara, all of that side is all Bloods. And then from the other side, like Roberts Road, Arning is all Crips. He pretty much got to go see it firsthand and, like, witness, like, bro, I think his name was, I forgot his name. But the guy did the 24-year lag. He was just telling them, like, there's when you go away to a penitentiary long enough, you think and you reflect on your life, and it's like all the shit that they done, because the oldest guy on there, he done a 30-year lag. He came out, he's been out for more than 10 years, but he said that all the shit that the youth are doing now is on the back of what they did, because that's all they knew. So like he's talking about, if you hold it down for your hood, hey, wear the right colours, they get caught slipping, to be doing other stuff on the wrong side of Ranui,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
thing. You know, because then when something happens, you knew what happens. But back then, they killed you. That was it. You disappeared. And then they just have these like memorials for you. So the full movement was about trying to create a new narrative of like, man, you know, when you do time, fuck, you can't buy it back. You legit go away. But everyone carries on with their life.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you want to see? So they've gone out and they've gone about like just taking this Peter dude, showing them where they were brought up, how the hood is, and like and how they interact. And it's just sad, man. It's sad because it's like he talked about it in depth, like when they went inside, how it was. So in that one part of Compton, they had the Samoans split. They had the sons of Samoans and then the other guys. And it was almost like the Samoans fighting the Samoans. But then when they went inside, two different sides of the hood, the Bloods and the Crips were locked up. They were cellmates. But they had to abide to it because the Samoans are minorities in LA. But that was their life. They had to be locked up. But for them to live as long as they did, they had to accept it, you know? But like, that just woke them all up, eh? Like, they're like, fuck, I can't believe we were never on the parents were never, you know, the American dream, speak Samoan, and we were just troubled kids, had no avenue to sort of express ourselves, so they took it to the street. And that gang culture started from one of those guys that's on that club. And man, he's like, you know, he feels bad for all the guys that did the legs for it, you know? Because now that they're out, it's like, fuck, what a waste.
Yeah,
what a
waste of
time.
time.
Waste of time. But yeah, it's hard, eh? It's hard to hear it like that from them. Because what I got from it is like, man, that's why identity and culture, I mean, if it's not church, it's important to anyone. Because all these guys do now, the full movement, it's about like, it's like they're born again Christians. Everything they do, they pray. Like, because that's all they had inside. It was their faith. But like, the fact that they disappointed their parents when they went away, did the time, but the parents still put on a brave faith, like, he's still my son, you know? And it's like anyone's parents say, like, they're never going to disown you, no matter what you do. But then these guys came out, they're like, they thought about it, they're like, before you went in, what was the worst thing you ever did? And they're like, oh, beat that dude up and give him a hiding, he didn't make it home. But it's like, but when they thought about it, it's like, it was probably getting a growling from my mum. Like, I'd rather go do the lag than go home and get told off from my mum. So it's just amazing, like, how he captured in 40 minutes the life of the gangbangers back in, like, which is like, Compton's like the Samoan capital city in LA, eh? And it's just crazy, like, fuck, that the divide back then, as far back as the 60s. So that's going back to, like, before the Booyah tribe and that, you know? And, like, there was a guy who actually, so they actually went for a drive and they went to Carson and they met a guy, and it's crazy, man, Samoan dude, eh? And they said, did you ever see Gridiron Gang? And they, yeah, do you know what film I'm talking about? You know, the one that the rocks in, the guy in their truck. The story is based on his life. And like, you know, they were like in the Crips neighborhood, and they're just showing each other love. Like, oh, you know, he did a lag with one of the guys. So that's why there's that mutual respect. But like, fuck, when you see it on the movies, in the American movies, they were meolis, eh?
Yeah.
But when you see it through the Samoan's eyes, it's like, fuck, it's different, eh? But it just goes to show, man, like, when you're not embracing your culture so young and you're in a foreign city, of course you're going to play up.
Yeah.
You know?
That's one thing we got in common with them, mate. Like that whole comment about, man, I'd rather go to the cops than get in trouble from mum.
Yeah, bro. Because, like, overall, when I watched it, I was just blown away. Like, fuck, man, that's crazy. Like, they didn't know their culture. The fact that Samoans were fighting Samoans, but they're all wearing red. Like, that's fucking crazy. And I do remember, like, so one of the guys who, Upu did his leg for 24 years, and he said, you know the saying, you're a product of your environment, which was like, he's talking about the comparison to the hood, but he said, you're not a product of your environment, because, you know, his parents worked hard, they went to church. He was just a product of his decision. So he decided to take the guy's life. Then he fucking did the leg 24 years. You know, and like, he's still trying to find forgiveness in himself to get over the fact that he took someone's life, you know?
Yeah.
And he shows like what he did, where it happened, what he did that got him caught, you know? Which is like, fuck, it's sad, man. Sad that someone's life can be taken, yet the guy who's still alive suffered for years, you know? And he's still got to live with the fact that he did that.
Yeah.
You know? It was just a different take.
Because those legs you do in America, those are long ass legs for.
24 years.
Those are long ass like.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
They go in when they're like 17, 16 or something, or younger, you know.
But he did touch on, like, you know, some of the guys that did their legs and, like, some of them committed suicide. They took the easy way out. But then the fact that these guys come out, it's like, fuck.
Man, yeah,
They're
that's
still walking,
strong.
still alive.
That if you bring up, like, you know, just grateful that, like, for me personally, I never, like, I knew there were gangs around Ranui or, you know, around the neighborhood, but I'm just grateful that, you know, I was never, like, I think Leto was saying church was a massive involvement for me, like, to I guess, to be distracted, I would say, you know, I'd always, when it was the launga, I always walk, like, or the prayer, everyone's bowing their heads, you know, I always walk to the bakery, you know, at the Ranui bakery, but I was just grateful that church was there, you know, that, like, took me that avenue, you know, where if I was into, like, you know, the music I was listening to wasn't great, you know, I was into, like, you know, Tupac, Biggie, whatever, you know, the influences from America, but it was just the fact, like, if I did, you know, get sent away, and I think, you know, I'd, like, if I got sent away, this is just an example, who would be here, with, you know, fighting with my parents, the grind of the, you know, working, you know, living, you know, I'll have it easy in prison, you know, there's a roof, I'll be fed, you know, while they're out here, you know, doing the hard yards, you know, grinding and that. Yeah, so I'm grateful that, you know, church was, and, you know, friends as well growing up. I think the circle of friends I had then, you know, was a distraction of, you know, I guess when I came from primary and intermediate, and then my circle of friends changed, you know. Yeah, but I'm just grateful that
Worked out that way.
Yeah, worked out that way, because these guys that have been in prison, done the hard yards, 20, 30 years, you know, damn.
Fuck, that's a long, long time. Way too long.
Yeah, it's out of it how you like big ups for them to come out after doing that lag, but man, think about it, 25 years. Like
25 years.
I can't even remember my 25 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
Far. Like 25 years ago, man, what was I doing? I don't know. You know? Can't even remember that far, you know? Damn. And that's a big chunk of your life, man. You know?
I mean, big ups to that guy Peter, man, because I've seen ones that he's done where he's gone into the Crips neighborhood and done the same thing. Like, he's just talking to the locals. But where they are in Crenshaw, I think, and like just how they have them all cased up. It's crazy, man. Like, if you were to imagine going into like Rada Village, but he said you're not just talking like 50 or 30 families. You're looking at thousands of families that live all in this cased area, you know, and they're just apartment blocks and they all look the same, but everyone knows everyone, and he's still a top dog of the neighborhood, you know. But it's like, man, that's how people live, man. In some sides in America, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you just count your blessings that we ain't living in any of that shit, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't.
All right, boys, any memory lanes?
Oh, well,
We're talking about dogs, eh?
Okay, you know, I'll go first. I'll go first. So growing up, in Ranui, before all the fences, before the council got, you know, had to tell everyone to build fences and that, man, that was probably one of the roughest neighborhoods to have, you know, to walk around in the street and there's dogs around. I know, yeah, definitely. There's a few neighborhoods, or streets, sorry, that I try to avoid walking back home if I was hanging out at cousins or friends' houses. I remember, I know Ehrlich had one.
Yeah.
Man,
Right.
there was
Hands down.
and I remember, and I know the family too. Yeah, I know the family, but yeah, that side of Ranui walking back. That's why I always try to stay on the main road. So I just, there's the hardly end, but if you go through the back streets, bruh, Bahari to Waitemata Drive, going up Waitemata Drive, yeah. But there was a trick I always used to do if a dog was gonna approach me. Did you guys have any tricks?
Statue.
Statue.
Nah, I always so what I did was pretend to pick up a rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then the dog would pause and then try and run faster, and then if it kept running, pretend to pick up a rock. And then when the dog clicked, there's that rock. That's when bro, Usain Bolt the shit out of there, bro. Jump the fences, whatever, man.
Now, we used to have a few dogs, And one of the saddest ones I ever came across, my sister, she had a dog. We named her Ruby. We had Scooby, and Scooby and Babe. So we had two Dobermans, and then they had puppies. Well, in the end, all the puppies got given away. Apparently, my brother and dad went on a drive and just started leaving puppies at letterboxes. So they did that at Coastal Highway, man. Sad guys. But anyways, we had Ruby and this dog. Our dog used to always chase the mailman, eh? And we didn't have a fence then, and Ruby was inside. It's an inside dog. And then one day, chasing the mailman.
Shit.
Me and my sister went to school. She was at intermediate at the time. She was at Henderson. We got home and my brother said, "Oh man, got some sad news about Ruby." We're like, "What the fuck? What happened?" He said, "Oh bro, the police had heard about Ruby. They were so we've heard about this dog.
Oh fuck!
They came and took the dog to be a police dog." And I'm like, "Oh man." And my sister was like, "Oh really? We didn't even get to say bye to the dog this year." So yeah, they just heard that Ruby was chasing the mailman. Mailman obviously told the police about this dog. So yeah, man, and that was it. We never heard of Ruby. We never got another dog for years later. Kind of long story short, man. Probably 15 years we were adults, very on the puss. Brother did those. If I remember our dogs we used to have, we were like, "Oh, Scooby and Babes." He says, "Yeah, but I remember the other dog that came after that." I'm like, "Nah, you remember the Ruby? Oh, Ruby, yo, this is my sister's dog." The man was like, "God, oh, Miley." We're like, "Oh, what?" He goes, "Man, that day, oh, the police dog." Nah, with the truck hit it.
Oh fuck!
Charlie, because I was still at primary. My sister was at intermediate. 15 years later, the man told us what happened. We had no idea. The man went and buried the dog at the back of the house before we got there. I like to say to my brother, man, thanks, man, because he protected us. We were innocent kids. We had no idea. Qualified the whole time. The dog was buried at the back of the house. He goes, "No, it was a policeman. The police that was." The dog. What's funny is that every time we saw a police wagon and it had a cage for the dog at the back. Is that a dog? Is that a dog?
Ruby's already dead.
Ruby. Those Mercedes or Doberman. They look like Ruby, eh? What Ruby looks like now.
Oh man!
My brother, Lameko, Charus. Protecting us and his innocent kids.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. When I heard that, bro, and he was telling us when he was hosting, I was like, "What?" Disbelief.
That's a good one.
Oh fuck, that's a real good one.
I was wondering where your story was going because I was thinking, aren't those police dogs like German shepherds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See that, yeah. And 11, 12-year-olds, they're trying to tell them to have a sex changes. We couldn't even believe that they tried that dog to be police dog.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice. Let's.
memory dog. I've got a few, but I think this one is. I don't know if it's disgusting or funny. This is in Rara. So I was staying with my uncle in a village called Titikavaka, and it's a plantation area. So they do a lot of mangoes there. And my uncle there that stays there at the time, he had two dogs. And he usually, in the morning, he usually goes around, feeds the pigs and that. And he goes up into the mountain parts of where they stay. And he takes the dogs with him sometimes to go hunting. So there was one time, because I got really friendly with one of the dogs. I forgot the dog's name. But me and my dad, we had to fly out to one of the outer islands in the Cook Islands. So it's probably 4 hours away from Mara. So we went away. I came back for 2. We went away for 2 days, and we came back to my uncle's. And then I noticed there was only one dog left, and I was like, "Oh, where's the other dog?" And then my uncle was telling me a story that as they were going up in the mountains collecting food for the pigs and that from the coconuts that fell down, the dog got in a fight with a wild pig, and the wild pig killed it. And I was like, "Oh shit!" And he goes, "Oh, come and sit down, and we'll have something to eat." So we were all sitting at the table, and I was like, "Wow, this meat's nice."
Oh shit!
And my uncle goes, "Yeah, you never the dog you like?" I go, "Yeah, that's it." There, bro, honest to God, because I think I was like 11 or 12 at the time. I started crying. I was like, "That's it." It's good, yeah, it is nicey.
Was he telling the truth though?
Yeah, it was. Because my dad was.
bro.
He was. It was the dog. My uncle doesn't lie about that shit, bro. That guy was crazy. Like what? Like, uncle said the pig killed it, and then you put it in the pot. Like I said, I'm not gonna waste the meat. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh man. That uncle of mine, he was crazy, but I still loved the dude. I still loved him. Fucking
Fuck,
crazy, dude.
you know, my dog memories, like, I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry about this thing, but fuck, I hate dogs. Like, I'm not an animal guy.
Burn.
Yeah.
I nipper your dog.
Yes.
Nah, those are my sister's dogs. Man. All those dogs we had, because we had a few, like we had one, then they died, then another one straight away died, another one straight away. Like we can't. It's almost like we can't have no dog at home. Because my sisters, they love the animals, man. All the dogs you saw in my house, they're all my sister's dogs, man. Me, nah, man, I never had a bar with anything of that. Like, I'm not an animal kind of guy.
Bro, I still got a memory lane with your dog as well. Then what we used to drink in your garage.
Yes.
And the dog used to go around in circles. Man, it scared the shit out of me.
His name was Timmy.
Oh, that's right.
It
Yeah.
was like, "Ow,
He used to chase his tail.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh my
always
God.
chase his tail.
Out of voice Mike.
But but it's funny because
Those are
like
big dogs.
like you know in my backyard, because you know my dad, he does the burying of the dogs. Because there's a few out there in the backyard, like buried, man. But anyway, but you're right. I was when you were talking about Bahari Drive, because I remember that Doberman that was in the corner of Bahari and Swanson.
Yeah, man.
Hey, but back in those days, there's Dobermans everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What
Those-
about them?
there was quite a few.
How come there were like heaps now, but I never see them anymore?
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
true. Eh?
Dying breed.
But man, like I always scared to go down Bahari because on my way home, like from Ranu Primary, go walk, then you go home. I cross over the road to go to Bahari and go through the alleyway up
Yeah.
to Sabit.
Yeah.
But
And
there's
then
a
go
dog.
down.
There's a dog in the alleyway, like on the fence, because the wire fence, and the house on the left. There's a dog there, and man, it was wild. Like it runs up, barks out. But lucky the fence is there. But I'm still scared. I just run through.
Man, you just triggered me, man. You know when Ray was on and he was talking about he used to go to his cousins Delilah's on Waitemata, because I used to always see my mate Albert and on Hillman. You go through the alleyway from Waitemata and it takes you to the top of Karapu.
Yeah.
There used to be a dog, like a German Shepherd. It's not a dog, man. That's a fucking horse. Fucking was massive, man. It just looked wrong, eh? You know, like that's the fence, eh? Fucking the street was up here. And it was funny, man. Every time the boys used to get, Sully, we'll meet at Abby's house. And I'm like, yo, that's us. And we're like, look at each other. We're like, fuck, we'll just go around.
Yeah.
Like, man, literally a minute through the alleyway. Fuck, when that horse is like leaning over the fucking fence, bro. It's like, damn. Like Sandlot Kids was based around that fucking movie and that dog, man. It's like a horse, bro.
Shit.
3 meters long, fucking face like a wolf. Shot.
I remember Cameron's one of your other dogs. Is it Soprano?
Nah, they're not my dogs. They're not my dogs. My sister's dogs. Okay, my sister's dogs.
Was it Soprano the real big massive one?
Yeah.
That thing used to rock the station wagon. When I used to go pick this guy up, and I'll be sitting in the car, and he'll lean on the wind,
wagging his tail.
yeah, and it'll just push it. It'll be like just pushing the car. And I'm like, fuck, I'm moving, bro. I'm not fucking heavy. I was like, man.
I remember when this was before Starling Park. This was when it was all bush, but you can still go the back way, to the alleyway. You know, to there and the alleyway where 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 that street is. So you Afton, then Bahari, and then you turn left. Then you can still go. There's a street there. I think it's Frostbite or whatever, and there's an alleyway. But this is before, like, it was still bush, you know. So it was either I had to go through, like, I would finish drinking or hanging out at Isa's. So it was either go through there, dark, pitch, night, or go through Bahari, you know. So
take the bush.
Yeah, take the bush, man.
Rambo it.
I'll just take the bush, bro. I used to drop nuts, man, hard.
Fuck yeah, you just never knew, eh? Like, I think I've been down earlier and, like, the gate was open, but it was stuck. But you're too busy worrying about what you knows, houses, the dogs, you know, where the dog can, like, jump high enough.
Yeah.
I remember walking down earlier, dropping one of the boys off, then walking back up home, and the fucking fence was open. You know how the dog's barking? It's like barking behind the wood, and then he gets to the gate was open. I'm like, yeah,
fuck, man, that's when...
That's when you like fucking run, bro. You're like run for your life. But I've never experienced like literally like, you know how you go, nah, don't run, Duck. Fucking then he start running. Like, what are you running for, God? Me and Dave Fick had many stories like that. You like, okay, walk on the boys home. He's like, sorry, the dog. He goes, nah, just act straight. And then you see him already crossing the road. So where you going? He's like, nowhere.
Oh, this new segment I wanted to introduce. What are you guys watching? Anything on Netflix or anything show this week?
I've been watching that. So Dana White's got a new series out called Slap, the Slap Fighting Championship. Bro, some of them. I don't know if you've seen that footage of that. There's a woman's one where the other woman slaps the other woman and then she does a roly-poly. Have you guys seen that? Bro.
What's this on? Netflix?
No, it's not. I've been watching it on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, so it's off. So I saw that on TikTok somewhere, that actual footage of that lady getting slapped and then doing a roly-poly. That's actually off the Dana White Slap Fighting Championship. Like, there was an actual match. But it's so funny how, and it's really cool how they feed the viewers, because like they'll say one person, you know, and you're like, oh man, nah, man, that guy's he's gonna win, you know, and then they show who they're fighting, that guy, you know, he's not as hardcore as the other guy, right? This is just an example, man. Some of the guys on there, they may look small, but it's the power, you know, of the slap. And you know what's funny is that they did they went to those ESPN Columbine things, so they had the measurement of the slap, you know, how, you know, the speed of it. They did stretching, and it was official, you know. Dana White ain't no muck around guy, right? It's all. Yeah, I've been watching the series, and then I'm up to the series where they just got there's 22 of them in the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so now they're in the house, and I haven't watched the next episode, but some of the guys in there, you know, you wish you were in there. So I want to fight versus that guy, man, and slap him up, you know. But it's, you know, it's just good entertainment. Like, it's entertaining, it keeps you wanting to watch the next episode, you know. Oh, and I also watched that. Have you guys watching that Physical 100 on Netflix?
I haven't watched the second.
Man, that's mean, man. Yeah.
I don't know. When I saw when I was watching the preview, I was like, should I watch this or should I just go next?
No, it's I'm on. So I'm waiting for the next.
It was Agent X. Oh, what's his name? Agent H. The agent near the guy on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Does he get eliminated? Is he eliminated yet?
Oh, which? Oh, nah, he's not.
He's still on.
Yeah,
because he's one of the older ones, eh?
Yeah, he's still on, and it's funny. I don't know if do you guys watch it. Do you want me to spill some
Yeah, spill it.
beans? Oh, so they do a jumping. So
Because the last one was the survival one.
yeah, no, but this time it's. Oh, so I'm watching it. So it's the last 25.
Oh, okay.
So I'm down to the 20. So it's only 25 of them left, right? So they do a jumping competition when they go into the room. They go into the room where they all sit down and talk when they first got in. So they're in the room and there's one of the guys calls out the captains and they're doing a jumping competition. So they've got to the point where so the guy that won it, he's like one of the shortest guys there, and I swear honestly he jumped like, say for example the Mets are on me, the Mets up here, and he jumped that's how high he jumped, right up to the to the standing. The only thing is that what is sort of, I don't know how to switch the settings to like
English subtitles.
yeah, because it's when they speak, when they're talking, it's like fake as,
Oh, so you're listening to the voiceover?
Voiceovers.
Oh,
It's like
I'd rather the native tongue. Like, it sounds better.
yeah, and it's more real,
Yeah, that's how I like watching my Cantonese films. That's original, not the voiceover. It just looks
Fake.
wrong on the mouth.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Have you what have you been watching this week?
Just the picker was a picker face, eh?
Yeah, man.
It's the series you told me to watch. I just think it's funny, like how she got in as a card counter, eh? And
Yeah.
but I think they called her bluff, eh? Like they said, man, it's either a bullet or fucking you work for me. Then she took that, eh? But just like how that guy committed suicide from the first of his head, it's like how she's sort of like, oh, she's the new witness, so, and now she's on the run. But no, it's pretty good, eh? It's cool how every episode's got a different sort of spin to it. So I'm up to like episode 5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's the
After
the
the
drama
barbecue.
one, eh? After the
After the barbecue.
that was a good one. The barbecue one, eh?
Oh man, it's like I had to rewatch it because I'm sort of a bit like, man, how did? But then, yeah, when he goes to the radio, you know how the radio say, crack up, dude, man. And then even how she tried to run it, it's like crack up, man. Nah, yeah, but onto it, like how it's almost like you can put different, like the same film together and watch it 3 different times.
Yeah,
because it's obviously 3 different lenses.
Because it rewinds, eh?
Yeah,
It rewinds and it shows her perspective, eh?
yeah. But even their rock group one. The one about the song, like even that one was sad. Eh? It was like, fuck, these old bags, man.
So if you watch it like Poker Face, it's cool because it's like a crime, like solve a murder. Every episode there's a murder, and the girl she solves it. But for us audience, we watch it. We actually watch the crime in the beginning, so we actually know who's the murderer is.
Oh yeah.
But then it rewinds back, and then it plays again from her perspective. So as the audience, we already know who done it. We have to look at her and how she figures out.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
forward out, eh?
So she's on the run, right? So she goes to every town and there's always a murder. But at the same time, she's on the run because Blood and Blood Out dude is after her. Eh?
Yeah, Buckle's after her.
It's Buckle. He's after her from the first episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought, oh man, is this almost like a quantum leap thing where she gets to another town because she's still on the run, eh?
Yeah.
But then when Buckle shows up out of nowhere, I'm like, what the fuck is she? Hey, nah, I thought she was free, eh? And then he shows up again. It's like, fuck, that must be ugly, man. Like being fair for your, like,
On the run.
you're on the run, but then you know, every little side hustle you're trying to get by, and you end up being part of a murder. It's like,
I like the actress too. She's cool, eh? Like she's different, eh?
What is she off? I've seen the poster.
She's
What's
off
she off?
American Pie. She's
Oh,
the curly
the friend.
hair, the
Yeah,
curly
she's
hair
the
friend.
friend,
Yeah.
not the girl from like. She's
Yeah.
the friend, eh?
She's the friend, but she's like a tomboy kind of character, eh? Tomboy. She's rough, got a husky voice, eh?
Yeah.
But she's pretty cool. That's a cool series. It's different, eh?
what about you? Is there anything you're watching that I can start watching again? Probably. When
I've been watching Poker Face. So me and Eric been watching because we're doing episodes on channel 135 on the Last of Us. Poker Face. I did watch because you told me to watch it You guys, that you people.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Eddie
yeah,
Murphy.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Is it,
Good day.
what's that like? I've been meaning to watch that.
Because it's funny because my household didn't like it.
Really?
They watched it first and they didn't like it, and I was like, oh no, I'll watch it because you guys told me to watch it. But I actually enjoyed it.
I like the part where they're in the bed and like she goes, it feels like she's in a pitch tent, you know?
Oh,
And then-
underneath the sheet.
Yeah, underneath
Yeah.
the sheets, and then she goes, play some music, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, ding, 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 ding.
She's hard, eh?
Bro, hard, man, 1,000%.
Was that the part you like? Man,
There's a time like that.
nah, man.
No, I just like the spin. I like the spin on, like, because when I watched that, it was like my missus was like, "Which parents are we?" Like, if we were to like, hypothetically say that one of our kids is getting married, which parents are we acting? Because man, it's just funny. Like the chick from Seinfeld, how she just has everything. Like like if say an islander comes into the family, but we're not islanders, so we just assume. Like,
Yeah.
I was watching Sonny Boy Williams the other day. Like he's islander. Like like this is how they make all those racial like comparisons. It's like fuck yeah, and
Yeah. That's what I laughed about it.
typical, yeah.
That's what I laughed about it. The interaction between the different races.
yeah.
Yeah, that was crack up. Especially that dinner they had, the meeting of the parents. Well, that was exactly like she was.
Are they printers?
Yeah, Brenda's.
But it's almost like islanders too, man. They flex like that too, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my son. He was playing for the watermelon. He played on the top side. Hey, fuck, bro, it's real, though. It's real. But that was hard, Casey.
I like the how he was a podcaster. Like he left his full time work to be a full time podcaster.
But it's funny how his podcast was about black culture.
Yeah, it's all about the culture and the gear.
I
The
saw
gear
that in the
was
preview.
pretty cool.
And his co-host.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think that the wedding was gonna happen. They like that was like, oh wow, that
Yeah,
was, it
nah,
was a bit corny like that.
Yeah.
But it did, it did show like, oh man, that's real the way. Like that's pretty much as real as like a wedding. Like if you're interracial like that, getting married, like yeah, it's probably gonna be something along the lines of that.
Yeah. I think I nearly because I don't know, I'll get into the movies like that. I think I nearly cried when they were how
With their pizza.
no when they split when they had the meeting and then and then they
Because it was the engagement party, yeah.
yeah
It
and
was the
then they
engagement party, and then it was when Eddie Murphy's talking to him,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he calls him out, he like
And then
tricks
the
him
mum-
like, "Yes, bro, like I've been trying to,
yeah
you been like, how he took him to the barber shop,
oh fuck that man and he wore
that
all
was
red
a stitch up,
and he
man.
wore all red
That was crack up, man. Like that legit. Like when I thought about it, I think when I was watching, I was like, yeah, I think I'd be like Eddie Murphy. And be like, oh, yeah, you reckon, you good enough for her, eh? Like you good enough for my
Yeah.
daughter. Yeah, fuck, I'm gonna take him down to fucking like taking Gabrielle's bed or something. Eh?
Yeah.
Like just show him around, like this is the part of our family life. Like if you see it,
yeah
try and scare him, eh? But that's that mean stitch up, man. Wearing this
Yeah.
red hoodie. He goes, oh, did I miss something? Yo, bro, yo, think I'm good?
No, I love that for me. I love the whole interracial relationship and how it affects the parents if you're from different races. Because
yeah
it made me think about that, exactly that, like Islanders meeting. If your son goes out with a Balangi chick or your daughter goes out with a Balangi dude, like then you're gonna meet the parents and two worlds collide.
yeah
Like,
Yeah, man.
especially if they're like rich or something like that. And so we don't even understand their world. Like they don't understand us. We don't understand them. We got good idea from watching TV, but we don't really understand them. Like we don't understand them in the way where I can't believe they do that.
Yeah.
Kind of understand. That's the way we don't understand. Like I can't believe they do that. But their understanding is, oh no, we don't even know what you guys do. Hey, so that's the difference. But it's that clash of cultures that come together that's interesting to me. Now, it's funny because when I think about like the jokes that go around that kind of stuff, like it's always in America, like the black jokes, the black versus white. Like when I think about Dave Chappelle and he does all the skits, it's all about that kind of stuff. The interracial relationships, the relations between black and white.
Yeah.
the differences, and it's always funny. It's always funny, like the differences between white and black. It's almost like I think it's time, because over here in New Zealand, like us Pacific Islanders, like even with the people that do skits on social media, I appreciate all the skits that have to do with what is relatable to us, that we grew up with, that we get those kind of jokes that the Balangis don't get. But I think like for me, like I wish I could see skits that come out that showcase the differences between the Balangis and us. That kind of thing, the awkwardness and the just the jokes about the differentness.
Yeah,
I think it's time.
Yeah, well, the laughing Samoans did a good version of, like, when it came to food, or like when it came to paying compliments. Like when Tofinga uses the this is my Balangi missus, and introduces them to the audience or like to the family. It's just like they look at it and like, pass judgment. Like, that's why I don't want you to meet my family. Because if you meet them, like, they're gonna cheat you up, like you're gonna have no idea. But nah, yeah, like that to me is like showcasing that. But that's all of us laughing at it. But like if you put it into a film and actually see it, like they can get some sort of idea. Like, man, this is what you marry into,
Yeah.
And then them trying to see what the fuck they would love it at church, like birthdays.
Yeah, because I think that's next
Quite
level.
love
I
it,
think that's
man.
next level when it comes to content like that. Like, I know we got Laughing Samoans. I know we got like Oscar and Sioni's Wedding, all those movies. Like, they put us on the map, like showcasing our culture kind of thing. But I think next level thing is to like, what's next? Like, how we're gonna integrate living in New Zealand? Because we're not just living with us, we're living with the Balangis too, is it going to be anything?
It's funny you say that.
The differences, man.
Because like, my daughter's graduation last year, right? So we were there, like all the Pacifica parents are there, like, big ups to like the principal for letting us be Pacifica and do it. But like, Bruno Mars, when he released one of his later albums, it was sort of like, people like saying, this guy's trying to sound Michael Jackson, like it's culture inappropriate. Like them trying to use like a black spin on him, but he's not Maoli, you know what I mean? But he's dressing the part, looking the part, trying to make the band look the part, sound it. But like we were at the prize giving, and then we just noticed, there's a Palangi lady there with a bag full of lace. Like, and my wife was like, is that wrong? Like, is that wrong? Like, because that's our thing. That's a Pacifica thing. But yeah, when this Palangi kid got awards, they were like, go up. But they're doing what we do.
Yeah.
Like, should we celebrate that or should we acknowledge it and be like, can you sit down? Like, like I love that they've taken something that we generally do and they're using it to celebrate. Because I believe when it comes to your kids, man, you should celebrate it full stop, no matter what, But it's just my idea, like being, okay, when you hear like a full Balangi name and then you see she's white, he's white, she's white too. And they go up and they're like, okay, wow. Something new. Something new,
Sweet boys. I'll come to last words. You start, Eric.
Last words. Because this week has been really stressful for me and my family. I don't think I really have a last word, but I think this is the most stressed I've ever been, ever. Like, there's been a lot of shit happening. I know other people have been going through the same situation with the floods and that. Because, we're very fortunate that nothing got damaged. So, we've got a chance to take our stuff. But in that, because when we took our stuff to the Storage Kings, right, we got everything there. I think it was Wednesday. Somebody glued the locks on the doors at Storage Key. Somebody came with a bunch of glue, super glue, and glued the keyhole so that our keys couldn't fit. Now, I don't know why they do that kind of stuff. I didn't give a shit. All I wanted was to get them, carry on doing what we were doing, getting our stuff inside the containers. Then I heard about our neighbours getting raided. And then one of my aunties got sick overseas. So my mom's going through some shit. Like, she's really, really fragile right now. Like, anything could just set her off. So it's been a really bad week for my family, and they're really struggling. But it's good that we've got each other to support on, and it's kind of making it easier. It's not getting any easier, but in a way it is. So if you have that in your family, you got to cherish it the most. And I've kind of learned a lot about my family a bit more. I think these last couple of weeks since the flood, and it's it's opened my eyes to a lot of things. Some of them are good, most of them are bad, but that's how it is sometimes. But it's a massive ass learning experience. I don't want this for anybody. It's really hard to go through, but I just I think it's more like a big massive thank you to my family, and that, especially my brother. He's always got my back, and I always got his. And when we do things together, me and him, especially when it's time in real stress moments, it's fluid. It's really, really fluid, and I'm thankful for that as well. So it's probably more of a shout out. And yeah, I'm just really thankful for my mum as well, planning shit out beforehand. And yeah, and my dad, when he helps out when he can, it's a big thing. But yeah, it's more of a shout out to my fams.
Nice love.
Just everyone stay safe.
Oh man, I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank my wife and my kids, and wishing my older daughter's trip going solid. Hopefully you didn't get hit by any of that weather that heads to Fiji. But this week I had the pleasure of, while having my time off, is putting that new entrance floor in my house, and also tidying up the barbers, even picking up my kids. Like my daughter started high school and my youngest started intermediate, and I didn't do the drop-offs because I'm a suck when it comes to the drop-offs, but I did the pickup. But it was just nice to be able to pick them up, I think I just thought about it, and it's like, if I talk about my biggest flex, it's like being able to pick up the kids from school.
Yeah.
And I just I'm glad I recorded it and posted it and shared it, and I know it will come up as a memory, because I know 5 or 6 years from now, my daughter would have been at their last year of school.
Yeah.
See, it was just fun, because she's away with the fairies, my youngest one. Just my little, the 100-meter walk from the lights into where the school is. It's going on 12 minutes. It's funny, every kid's urgency is different.
Yep, I know that all too well.
Yeah, man, the casualness is real, So my last words is be safe, fams. The weather can turn, just like we saw with the last flash floods. But I get to all our hood family and to all our family right across the globe, really. Be prepared, man. Keep your legal documents and all the stuff you need to keep safe. Keep that safe. And hopefully you got enough water to get you through the night. Charge your phones. Make sure you got a torch. And check in on everyone and make sure everyone's alright. Hopefully the Wi-Fi doesn't go down, and the data towers don't go down, so we can't contact each other. But if there's one thing we can learn from the last floods is at least if you got something expensive sitting in the garage and it might get flooded, go and move it now, to higher ground. But that's the last bit from me.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate you guys. Let's get the fuck out of here before this Gabrielle comes.
Thank you.